Welcome, Jeffrey Tucker.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Good to
for
see
having
you.
me. Yes.
I am interviewing on behalf of Dash Force News today.
Good.
And just wanted to
You're
ask
my
you.
teacher. You're my master. My trainer. I'm your Padawan. I don't know what they.
Only in one. Hey, I could say the same of you.
Listen, I appreciate so much your discussion at Libertopia.
Yeah.
You know, that was really awesome, and you're so articulate. And I just sat there for an hour, just riveted by everything you were talking about.
Well, that's very humbling coming from you.
Well, the governance structure and everything, which I didn't. You know, there's a lot going on in the crypto space, and I really hadn't focused. You know, that's
Sure.
why these seminars need to take place. So I could sit there and learn. And I just walked away. I was blown away by it. As you know, I wrote that article afterwards.
Yeah, and I did read that, and
Yeah.
I was flattered and
It was
humbled.
Really, it was exciting. Exciting.
So, and there are exciting things happening in this space. And on that note, you have a proposal into the Dash Network right now.
Yeah,
isn't that
I put it
correct?
out there because I really want to roll the Dash into the Atlanta Bitcoin Embassy community as part of our strategy for user adoption and merchant adoption and education in Atlanta. And the thing is that the embassy has emerged as this kind of social enterprise and infrastructure for the whole crypto community in Atlanta. I mean, I knew we needed it.
I wanted to know, tell me, why would I want to have a Bitcoin embassy in my space?
Well,
what are you bringing to the community?
Here's the thing that happened. When I went to Tel Aviv, I went into the Tel Aviv Bitcoin Embassy because I knew I could look it up, and as a physical place I could go, and I actually met a lot of people, and they became my friends, and it's kind of magical, you know, that I could go to some foreign land and just walk into a place and meet my people, you know? That's like life-changing. That's just huge.
True.
Exchanging ideas, I'll never forget those moments. So I got back to Atlanta, and I was really struck by this. Like, we have a lot of blockchain companies there. You know, BitPay is there, but they're now spread very far, and it's very hard to get to. When I go to their offices, you have to have a special pass, and then you have to have a phone number to call, and then they have to let you in the door, and they're all security conscious, and I get that. And we have another tech village in Atlanta with lots of blockchain companies, but they're not really talking to each other, and none of them are open to the public. So your average person on the street who's like, I'm really interested in crypto, what is this thing? There's no one to call.
Yeah.
There's no place to go.
So it's about community.
Yeah, entirely. And I knew that we needed this. You know, it's just Atlanta's a sprawling city, and there's other little crypto blockchain companies everywhere. And then we've got a whole city of unbanked people that there's a lot of people in Atlanta that are really interested in crypto.
Yeah, my wife is from Atlanta, and we go back to visit on occasion, so I'm familiar with some of the economic situation.
There's an economic element here, and there's a cultural element. Crypto is an inclusive technology, you know, and Atlanta is often called the city that's too busy to hate, you know. So, and it's true. I mean, we have a beautiful commercial sector there that really brings everybody together, and that's one of the things that inspires me about the city so much. But crypto in particular is very inviting to everybody, and brings people from all walks of life, races and classes and religions, and everybody together. And to me, that's just kind of, there's an element of magic there, you know?
Yeah,
and
things that bring all people together.
Yeah, and it's like the government always said that they would take care of this problem for us, you know, and it didn't really work. So crypto to me it's a technology, it's an inviting technology, a democratic technology. So I wanted a kind of physical place where this could happen basically all the time, you know, every day. So in February, I opened it up.
This past February, 2018.
In February. I just opened up the doors. I didn't really launch the thing yet, but I just opened it up, and so then we started building. So we got the website, we got the social, we got the meetup.com, we built the digital infrastructure for the whole place, and it's all very beautiful. You can go to it. It's AtlantaBitcoinEmbassy.org.
Okay. No hyphens, no spaces, or dots.
But you can, it's ATLBitcoinEmbassy.org.
Okay.
But you can just Google it, and it comes up really quickly. And the great thing is now when you Google Bitcoin Atlanta, we're the first link.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so people know where to come. So it becomes really important, not just for the community, but for visitors coming into Atlanta.
So do you guys host meetups and things like that?
We host one or two meetups a week now.
Okay.
On 101 training or mining, wallet recovery, all these specific
Okay, education and sharing of information.
And most everything's free. We have some paid classes that last longer. They start at 10 in the morning and go to 3 in the afternoon.
Oh, okay.
And
workshops.
Yeah, workshops and things for the particular people that are particularly interested, more advanced users, they consider themselves.
Okay.
And then, but I think really important that we have this weekly cocktail party, which has become this big deal in Atlanta.
Wow.
Like every Wednesday, we call it our Hump Day cocktail party.
Okay, so it happens on Wednesdays.
Yeah, and it starts at 5 o'clock and it goes, we try to shut it down at 8, but
usually goes a little long.
Yeah, it goes a little long. And we offer free wine and beer, and we just hang out at the embassy, and everybody's trading, and we have
Connecting,
an ATM there. Yeah, connecting
meeting people
business
from these
cards,
different walks of life.
Talking, like, oh my God, I know. Oh, you're a tax accountant. I need one of those people.
Right.
You're in the you're doing legal services. Oh,
community building.
Yeah,
just natural.
Just people getting to know each other and fostering friendships and relationships, personal and professional relationships. I mean, it's the ideal networking party. And you need those things.
I agree.
I mean, it's not just enough to write somebody on Facebook or text them on their private Twitter.
It can be socially isolating if you're in a small town or a rural place or even in a city where you don't really know anybody that you just moved to, for instance.
And I got to tell you, I mean, just to be frank about it, there's something... Like, you can go to any restaurant and meet people of all different kinds, and see people there who are all different kinds of people. We're not exactly engaging together, we're not talking together, but at the Bitcoin Embassy, part of the thrill about our meetups and our cocktail party is that we get to meet all these different kinds of people. And
there's a common thread among everybody.
And we're all just friends, and there's something that is elevating about that experience.
So, tell me about why this proposal is needed. I mean, what is this proposal about?
Well, I've always wanted Dash to be a sponsor of the Bitcoin Embassy, even from the very beginning, because I've had a kind of a long affection for Dash. I mean, even before it was Dash, actually.
Sure.
You know?
Good.
Yeah. And then Amanda and I go way back. I mean, Amanda Johnson, who's done so many videos on behalf of Dash.
Yeah, she brought me in.
Well, I brought her in. I don't know.
Oh, nice. I didn't know that. Wait, to Bitcoin? Or Dash? Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, because what happened was I really needed a speaker at Freedom Fest on a panel I was doing on crypto. Back in those days, there just wasn't that many people available, and I was like, I need to convert somebody so they can speak about what it's like to use this new thing. So I called her up and got her on Skype and had her download a wallet. I think it was the blockchain.info wallet at the time, and she held up her QR code and I sent it to her. I think I probably sent her like, back in those days, maybe it was like 3 or 4 Bitcoin. I mean, it was crazy, right? And she got it, and just that that
aha moment, oh my God, this is
and obviously it changed her life, right?
Yeah.
So that's, I think, the way that we have to go about it. I just want to do that same thing with Dash.
I could only imagine
at the embassy
being in a place like that where you are orchestrating that kind of activity regularly.
Yeah, so I want Dash signage, Dash swag everywhere, and where you hold the Dash evening and get every single person their wallets, and we give them Dash, and we play trading games back and forth.
So in the proposal, do you talk about these kinds of what the schedule looks like?
Yeah, I think we have a complete list of all the things we want to do. So it's meetups, and it's also we want to get out into the community.
So you can be doing some outreach based on there.
To universities. So Georgia Tech in particular, which is very...
My wife's a graduate. No, not Georgia Tech. She went to AGU.
Okay, yeah. So there's Georgia State and Georgia Tech, and then there's Emory. And we set up in Midtown for a reason, because we wanted to be accessible to everybody, and there's really good parking there.
Okay.
We're at a co-working space called WeWork.
Okay.
And so we've got
a
lot of space. It's very beautiful. The whole there's coffee, there's everything there, and we have very good parking, and so we've got this close access to all the campuses. And so the idea is we're going to do presentations on campuses, and the students are crazy into this stuff.
Interesting. Are you familiar with the Bit to Byte program that Dash Masternode Network funds?
Yeah.
Have you been in contact with them at all? I'm just curious. Oh, okay.
No.
Because there may be some overlap there.
Well,
just throwing that
I'm not sure, because I'm not, Nick Tucker's the operations manager, the COO.
Okay.
And he's the one with the hands-on who's actually doing everything.
Okay.
I mean, I've got like 5 jobs.
Sure. So, I can only imagine.
I mean, I love the embassy. It's like, I don't accept any money at all from the embassy.
Okay.
Yeah, I just, for me, it's just.
So this is like a prodigy just project that you want to succeed, like a social contribution.
Oh, entirely.
Okay.
It's entirely an affair of the heart.
Nice. That's great.
I don't get any money at all for the embassy.
I think everybody should have something like that.
Yeah, and isn't it ironic? Like the thing you love the most is the thing that pays you the least. You know, so
that happens like that.
Yeah, so it's. I mean, I bootstrapped the whole thing personally, just because I felt like it needed to exist.
Sure. Yeah.
But the Dash, the Dash proposal will help fund some of the operations of the embassy.
Sure. Yeah.
And then we have this nice relationship where we're promoting Dash and facilitating merchant adoption, because a lot of the people who come to the embassy are merchants who are curious about how can they accept.
And on that, it makes sense to me that Dash would want to fund a strong presence. And
especially in Atlanta.
Right.
I mean, we call ourselves the blockchain capital of the world. Okay, that's an aspirational title. It's not yet, but we're getting there. And I just think it's the ideal community, just from a merchant adoption point of view, and from just users, and also that deeper level of the people working on the technology. Oh, I should tell you also, it's funny, I forget to actually talk about this, but. So it's a co-working space.
Wait, also, in addition? The Bitcoin Embassy?
The embassy is.
Oh, really?
So we have, because there's a lot of people working remotely for all these other companies like Consensus and Turian.
You could host a hackathon there for small groups.
Oh, sure. So we invite people who are working for all these decentralized companies all over the world, who are at home working on their dining room tables, and they want a place to work where they can, so they come in.
I work from home, and I look for those places.
Yeah,
often.
so that's really important. So we've got all these people. I mean, probably a dozen people are rotating in and out of there at odd hours just to use it as their workspace, so they can get to know other people.
Yeah,
and
I think that's
actually, already since the embassy's opened, I've had people get in touch with other companies that they've upgraded their income, upgraded their responsibilities, upgraded their skills, and found new opportunities in the marketplace for their skills. And I think we've earned the trust of the entire crypto community at this point, because we really are very broad, and we absolutely refuse to engage in the civil wars.
A little chilly. Continue.
We stay out of all the Twitter wars and everything like that. So it's been a really nice service just for people who otherwise, who are working in the space, but they're shy, they don't know anybody, and they're working at home. And there's programmers and coders and all kinds of people, or just kind of miners that are working on their own. They come in, just have a place to hang out.
Yeah, I think that's
so we've
great.
got the whole office divided between, it's a pretty big office actually, a social area, and then we've got the work area, and then we've got the swag and ATM area.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So is there there's like a little mini gift shop in with the space?
Yeah.
You guys serve coffee and snacks and that sort of thing?
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
Oh,
we got everything. and some free stuff and some for sale stuff.
Nice.
And we keep growing, and we got...
And you just kicked this off in February.
Yeah, well, we just opened the doors in February, but we just had our launch party.
For the co-working space?
Well, no, yeah, for the embassy, the actual launch of the embassy. We've been kind of deliberately set out to do a slow release.
Okay.
So we had a pre-launch cocktail party that had 100 people, and I wanted to make sure by the time the launch came that it was gigantic.
Oh, so you spent some time community building before
we actually
great.
launched.
Wow.
So by the time we had the launch, we had 250 people there.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's a party.
And it was a night.
And I'm sure those 250 people told 3 of their friends, and now you've got an economic cycle happening in the embassy.
So now the cocktail party is bigger than ever, and we can't ever not have it, of course.
Now, is it weekly, monthly?
It's weekly.
What?
Yeah.
And you're still having what kind of attendance?
Cocktail parties usually between, 50 and 75 people come.
Well, that's
every week.
Decent. Wow.
Yeah.
I mean,
just to hang out and have fun, and everybody loves it.
Right? That's better than a dive bar for sure.
Well, and it's got to take place. I mean, I really believe in human connection. People underestimate this. They think that like we think about with Dash, a lot of times people think, well, how are we going to get Dash adopted? Well, we have to have training classes. Well, yeah, that's good. But more than anything else, you've got to have a good reason for people to come together and have fun.
Absolutely. I have to say on this note that one of the things that I've learned in a couple of decades of software development is that nobody wants to be educated. Well, a minority of people want to be educated. Everybody just wants their use case fulfilled, their goals and their needs fulfilled.
And so I love the chaos of a cocktail party because everyone gets their needs met. I don't know how to download a wallet. Can you mine Dash? I'm a merchant. We're a small law firm. We wanted to start accepting crypto. How do we go about it? Maybe all these use cases, and the cocktail party provides an opportunity for people to get to know each other.
So this is an injection. This proposal then is an injection of Dash into this space,
into the already existing social community that we have.
Well, that seems like a very profitable space to be injecting into. I mean, in my opinion.
It needs to be there. It's actually
people who are from all walks of life, coming regularly for their own pleasure, not necessarily to be sold or be educated.
Right.
I mean, that's the best kind of environment to be sharing information that's valuable.
That's right. And we get a lot of students. So the idea of the Dash, the proposal to go into universities, we get a lot of students coming in. So if we can provide them with the means to go on their campuses and get out there to give speeches and promote adoption of Dash among the student population, that could make a huge difference.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Well, is there anything else you wanted to bring up while we're here? I wanted to make sure that we got your proposal discussed.
Yeah,
I want the Massimo
I guess, for me, it's one of the, I love Dash functionality, the governance structure, and also the brand, which is impossibly cool. To me, it's outrageous that there doesn't seem to be any presence for this in this gigantic, commercial, crypto-friendly city. I want the embassy to be the conduit to make that possible, and that's why I'm seeking the support of the community.
How much would it take to change the name from Bitcoin Embassy to Dash Embassy?
I maybe could have put a slash in there, Bitcoin slash Dash Embassy.
All right, we'll talk about that. Maybe another proposal.
But you understand why we called it the Bitcoin Embassy, and I did that deliberately.
Well, Bitcoin has had a decade of its own level of marketing, whatever that is.
But we've talked about from the beginning that there could come a time when which we could easily adapt the name of the place.
Sure.
And I don't think it's time yet, but maybe we'll get there. I don't know.
Yeah, that sounds great. Well, I want to thank you for coming on.
Thank you so much for having me.
I'm glad that you're my first interview with Dashforce News. Maybe last. I don't know. Who knows?
I'm your first interview.
In fact, yes. You are my very first podcast interview of any kind. How do you like that?
Really? So you're natural.
Really?
Yeah, well, you have a beautiful voice.
Yeah, well, I used to do radio.
Oh, did you?
I had a show from midnight to 3 a.m. back in college. It was nothing, just college radio.